Oh, I wish you were educated. What kind of mother do I have? I wish you'd got an education, do something so you could provide it for us. Imagine. People would ask me what my mom does. I'd be embarrassed of my mom. I'm embarrassed of her. Like, look what she's doing. She can't even provide a roof for her head. A'udhu billah. What kind of son was I? Really, I felt like I met the woman that, I want to be with this one. This is it, right? But the problem was that she had a boyfriend. But alhamdulillah for her, may Allah guide her and bless her wherever she is, because that's what allowed me to get into Islam. Because after we broke up, because I started catching so much feelings for her. Now my feelings are so caught up with her that I'm like, when are you going to break up with this guy? Until my heart is just in it too much, bro. And I have it all, but you have everything except Allah. So you have nothing. You realize you have nothing because you don't have Allah in your life. So I'm on the highway, driving, 75, 80 miles an hour. And I'm putting my foot on the ground, hand right over here. And I just close my eyes. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm still here. And I was hoping I'd crash. I was hoping something would happen to me because I was done. I didn't want any of this.
How did you get out of this depression?
I think that for me, I didn't even realize I was depressed until I got out of it. Then I realized that what was I dealing with for so long, I remember my boiling point came when it was just too much for me. I'm just unhappy. I wake up and I remember this very specifically. I'm in my shower. I'm in the bathtub in my shower. The water is on and I'm just crying in my bathtub. I'm crying. From the outside looking in, I told you, the money was flowing in very nicely. The women were flowing in very nicely. The parties, the popularity, everything I thought I wanted, right? I wanted to be popular. I wanted to be known. I was the life of the party. When I came in, they're like, yo, he's here, guys. Turn up. They knew it was me. That guy is crying in his toilet. That guy is crying on his way home. That guy wants to kill himself. These are the ones that whenever someone commits suicide, they're like, but I just spoke to him. He was so happy. No one ever displays the suicidal thoughts. It doesn't do that. But shaitan is working on you because for him, it's so important for you to kill yourself. It's so important because that's a perfect express VIP first class ticket to the hellfire. What are you doing? Shaitan wins that way. So I'm in my bathtub and I'm just crying. I'm in a fetal position, just crying. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala inspires me to make a dua to him. But I didn't know I was making a dua. All I said was, if there's something beyond this, then get me out of this situation right now. Allow me to leave, when I finish this, leave this place on the right trajectory, on knowing what I need to do, on the path, some type of guidance. Give me something so that I don't have to experience this. If not, end it right now. End it right now. I don't want nothing to do with this. So alhamdulillah, that shower changed my life. I get out, and that's the time Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala inspires me. But I didn't know this at the time. Allah inspires me to, go take a trip to Pakistan, right? I have family there, so why not go over there? Okay, cool. I find out my mom is about to go to Pakistan now on her own. I'd say, Mom, let me come with you, please. And at this point, I realized that I need to be looking for something more deeper and meaningful. So now I start thinking about looking at books and types of isms to help me out and think about how do I navigate this storm that I'm feeling? Because now I'm starting to identify that this isn't normal. This is something more and deeper. So the first book that I actually started looking at is a book called The Secret. This manifestation, this positive energy, think positive, will be positive, right? The universe, help me universe, calling out to the universe, looking for signs. If the wind blows, that's a sign. Like, what are you talking about? So I knew it had some flaws because even though I would read it, my actual depression wasn't going away. My thoughts of this woman were not going away. Rather, it would just keep coming back and surfacing, and I just had to get out of it. So I go to a bookstore one day, and I come across this book on Buddhism. And it starts talking about the 7 principles of Buddhism and the laws of happiness and all these types of things. I try to really practice these meditation techniques. But how can you just close your eyes and just try to get rid of all these thoughts, thinking the breathing and thinking, focusing on these things, but it's not going away because it's still creeping into you. You think that you just got to think positively. It's not working. And I had picked up a Bible as well too at this point. And I started reading Genesis and all those books as well too. So even though I'm reading it, I'm finding these flaws, but at the same time, it's not doing something to my heart. It's not taking me away from this depression that I'm feeling, this memory of this woman that I keep thinking about this girl. Like I can't get time. It's not doing something to my heart. It's not taking me away from this depression that I'm feeling, this memory of this woman that I keep thinking about this girl. Like I can't get her out of my mind, bro. Like she's literally on my mind 24/7. By this point, I've given up. I've given up. I've said nothing. I said, this is all mumbo jumbo. All of this Buddhism, someone wrote that. People just want to control everyone and religion's all fake. It's all that. That's where my mind is going. So at this point, I'm in, Pakistan right now. And all of a sudden, Ramadan is like a couple of days away. It's time for fasting to begin. And my mom comes to me. She says, look, Ramadan is about to start right now and you're about to fast. But try to include the prayer in it because Allah does not need you to starve yourself. He doesn't need that. Try to include a prayer. Try to pray because if you really want to make effectiveness of this, pray. Now, I don't know how to pray. My mom tells me this and it actually touches my heart a little bit. And I pray the way, you pray, like however I thought that I had to pray while I'm fasting. This is the first of Ramadan now. And I download the Quran app on my phone. I don't even get the book. Everyone else, I went to bookstores, get this stuff. This one, I'm like, let me just download the app. And after Salah, I just start reading it. Just the basics of it, Surah Al-Fatiha. I just look at it, I'm like, oh, wow. I scroll, I'm like, wow, a lot of chapters over here. All right, got to start somewhere. I start from Al-Fatiha. And I just read it, right? Just English. I don't know how to read Arabic. I'm just reading it. I'm reading it. Okay, go to the next one. Surah Baqarah. I'm reading it. I'm like, okay, wow. 20 minutes have passed by. And I'm like, wait, hang on a second. I have not thought about this girl in the last 25 minutes. This is incredible. You have to understand, my brother, this was a revelation for me. I couldn't go maximum 5 minutes without this girl being back on my mind, distracting me from anything I was doing. I was like, hang on a second. This is good. And wallahi, I was using the Quran, a'udhu billah, for my own benefit of just forgetting this girl and not thinking about her. I was using this to distract me from thinking about her. That's all I was using the Quran for. The Quran was a means of distracting from me thinking about this girl, from thinking about my ex. I was using this to just not think about my ex. So I would be reading it, like I found the hack. I found the hack. Meanwhile, the adhan would happen, it'd be time for salah. I'd pray it however I think I need to pray. And I started getting excited. I would read the